Hello, everyone. It's Lorette, your vintage paper girl. Welcome to my studio. I'm really excited today. It's my first official, introductory video. I wanted to invite you along today to have a look at some fun things I'm going to be playing with and a project I'm going to be working on. And if we have some time, I'm even going to hopefully start that project. So anyway, come along with me and let's see if we can have some fun. The first thing I thought I'd do would be to share a beautiful kit that is done by a Jewel Design. Now, this is not an Etsy share because Jolene, who is the designer of a Jewel Design, is my daughter. And I use a lot of her work because, of course, it's gorgeous. And not just because she's my daughter, but because I love her work. I do periodically consult with her on a kit, but most of the time I just really give her my opinion on something, or I'll do a little editing maybe, or make a few suggestions as to something I'd love to see for myself because she knows I will use it. There are times she will make a kit just for her mama, which I did mention before. And so if I'm going to be working with her kit, I will be sharing it with you. And I won't do a full flip through because I know she's planning to do her own on this particular kit. This particular kit is called Botanical 2 Wildflower Garden, and it is stunning. I just fell in love with it the minute I saw it, and I said, can I please show it because I want to use it. I can't wait to get my little hands on it and do something fun with it. She said I could. But she will be doing her own video, and you can look for her video flip on this and over at Jolene Burt. You can also find her on Instagram at a Jewel Design. So I am giving her a little commercial. She is my daughter, so I'm going to do that. And just so you know for future that I will do Etsy shares because I am a huge supporter of Etsy shops, especially women in business on Etsy. I really like to promote them, use them. I buy a lot of Etsy from a lot of different shop owners. And of course, I have my favorites that I use all the time. And I will mention those as I go along. And I have no problem, promoting that and sharing that with you. I know Gail Gustinelli does that. And of course, she is my inspiration for that. And I have every intention of patterning myself after her. Although I won't be doing big Etsy shares, but because Gail's the queen. So I'll just do what I'm working with or what I've bought. I will share some of the things I've bought as I go along and let you know where I got things and what I like. I'll do little reviews on things as I use them. So we'll be doing that. Like I said, again, that I love Etsy. I support it. I also am an Etsy shop owner. You can find me at the Vintage Paper Girl in Jolene's shop under a Jewel Design. So right now I'm going to be filming a few of my new episodes from my sewing studio because I don't have my filming arm yet and all the other goodies. And then I will be filming in my brand new paper crafting studio. And I'm so excited about that. That's going to be fun. It's a little bit darker room. I don't know how it's going to film, so we'll give it a shot. I hope you'll be patient with me. I'm sure I'll make the same mistakes everybody else makes when they first start out, but I'll do my best to give you good light and hopefully, where you can see what's going on and you can see what I'm working with. And, I'll do my best since I'm a novice at this. My husband's going to be my technical guy. Neither he or I are very technical, so we're going to give it our best shot. We're a little bit older, although we don't consider ourselves old. We're very young. We are grandparents, but we're young at heart, and we're not super old in age, so we feel like we could still do this and have some fun. And he is currently taking an early retirement, so we can have some fun doing things, and this is going to be one of the things we're going to do together. He will be loading the videos and helping me, put all the descriptions and all that fun stuff. I'll make them, he'll load them and schedule them, and hopefully we won't have too many boo-boos. So bear with us. We're new, and we're giving it a shot. We thought this would be fun since I just love this and I want to share what I do with other people. I've been asked by a number of people to do videos. I don't know how good they'll be. I've always told them I didn't want to do this because I was worried about so many mean people. But I also know that this community has so many wonderful viewers and subscribers and artists and designers. And I am part of that. And I thought it was time for me to be part of the rest. So here we are. Anyway, I've gabbed enough. Of course, I love to chat. And the sleeves are going up, so I'm getting serious. Okay, so here is Jolene's new kit, Botanical 2 Wildflowers Garden Journaling Kit. It's a whopper of a kit. We call it a mega kit because it is mega big. Now, this is, I'm not going to show you every little bit of it, but I'm going to show you a good amount of it, hopefully tweak your interest. It is not out yet. She's releasing it on Friday. She does have a few things that are already in her shop, but I've kind of been pushing her a little bit into that. So this is the first page, which I don't even know what order she has them in, so it may look different when she releases it, but this is my absolute favorite page, and I know I'm going to be using this in a bunch of projects. And I know that because I already printed that page like a whole lot. So here's another, oh, I love that gorgeous page. Look at these pages. The one thing I like about this kit is not only does it have this beautiful page that you can fold, but she also has another, another beautiful one that leaves you your white space if you want to use it as a journaling page. She did a nice pre-fold page here, so if you're putting it in your journal and then you back this, you're going to, have a beautiful, fun page. She also does the line pages, so if you prefer to put that on the back of your page, if you put this on the back of your page, you're all ready to write. So that makes it easier for you, the designer, to use in your work. We also have the beautiful, base page that you can put on the back of every single page, which I did do. This set I just printed to show you, but the pieces I have ready to go to use already have this beautiful, lovely page right here on the back. See, so they're going to go like this. So that's gorgeous. And oh, I just love these pages. She has it in beige and pinks. Then she has a set in greens. I don't think I have them all in order. And blues. But I purposely didn't put in order because I want you to go look at Jolene's video so you could see, the full kit. But this is what I have kind of put together. I love this little snail. It is so cute. When I saw it and we were talking on the phone, I said, oh my gosh, I love that snail. He's adorable. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. I love him. And I don't like snails. So it's funny, I got attached to him. I don't know why. I really don't like snails. So in my garden, they're darling elsewhere, but not in my garden. So now this is the, I think this is the ephemera kit, which has, this is a beautiful file folder and some beautiful strips that you can use either as a belly band. You can put it on the edge of a page. There are just, so I've already cut some out. I mean, you can put it on the edge of a page. It's a great belly band. It makes good little pockets. So one of the things I will be doing with you is showing you how you can get the most out of a kit. I do so many fun things with a kit. I can say I know how to stretch a kit to the end of time. I cut little things out. I mean, I never look at it as a flat piece of paper. I always feel like there is so much you can do with this. Just, every kit that's out there. There are fun things. This is adorable. Oh my gosh, I love this. This little birdie is just beautiful. There's my little snail. Well, he's kind of upside down, but that's my snail. Oh, there he is. I love these big tags. These big tags are fabulous, not only as tags. They make great flips. They make great tags. You can fold it as a tri-fold. There are so many fun things. I've done a lot of booklets with it, like this one. As you can see, see what I've done with it? Then I just have to, it's lined already. I can add some things, turn it into a book, a booklet, a journal. There are a million things that you can do with a kit if it's done right. And she does her kits right. So I can tell you that you're not going to waste your money on any of her kits. So here we go. You could do this as a 4-way. You have all these darling little pieces. Oh my God, this kit is so gorgeous. Look at this envelope. Oh, I can think of some fun things for that. I can also tell you another really fun thing you can do with this one. This one, let's see. Do I have that one folded already? I have to tell you, I did a lot of cutting. So, got them in my little pouch already. They're already ready to go. Look at this one. I did a little fold on this. And you can make it a little booklet where you open it up on a page. So you can do a lot of journaling, or you can put it this way. So there are a few things that you can do with this besides just make it a journaling card. It's just amazing what you could do with this. So we have that one. Oh, there's my favorite. I always tell her I want 6 because I know I'm going to use them. I use them as pockets. I use them as journaling cards. I use them as tags. I do all kinds of fun things with these. So I can tell you that that's got some great stuff in it. Oh, and then, oh, I begged her for these. Begged her. These are file folders, and I can tell you I have some wonderful projects. In fact, I have one in the works I'll be sharing with you that are going to highlight this, and I'm going to be using it exclusively for a project, along with everything else I've shown you. Oh, she has some beautiful journaling cards. This was another thing I was thrilled to see. I love the size of these. They're great. You know, a lot of our projects, we need a bigger journaling card. And sometimes the little ones won't cut it, and these are perfect. We do have the little ones because I was asked for those. And I love this. These could be used on the back of these, or they can be used individually. As you can see, I've backed every piece with this beige. I think it's just stunning. Oh, and she has her words. And, oh, she did some words. I love these. She knows I wanted vertical words. She has several sheets that have those. And Gail and I both use these like nonstop. So she has that set. And then, oh, I love the fussy cuts. Look at those flowers. Aren't they stunning? These are real wildflowers from a Wildflowers that she designed. And, oh, there's my little snail. He's so cute. She also did some collage pages that we can just cut up and use or however we want. And most of these are not all in the same kit. Some of them are add-ons. These are add-ons here, these three. Let's see. These are an add-on page. And I know that both of these are in her shop right now. So if you want these two, you can go run right over and get those because they are ready to go. I'm shamelessly promoting her. Sorry, ladies, but that's what's going to happen because she's good and she's my daughter. She is a professional graphic artist. She went to school for this, and I should know. And so this, I think, is also a separate kit. And then I believe the rest of this was all in the original. But you'll have to go look for yourselves because I'm not really positive what's part of the kit and what isn't, but she will be the one. She's also on Instagram, and you can see her over there, and she's under a jewel design over on Instagram, and she gives you sneak peeks and all kinds of fun things. So if you're a fan of her work and you want to know what's happening, go over there and look because you know she will let you know what's happening. She also tells you when she has a new video up, and but she's very talented, and I don't just say that as her mother. Sometimes my mouth is hanging open because I'm like, oh my God, you made that and you're my child. Oh goodness. So anyway, this is fabulous. And I will say that I did do a collaboration on a kit where I heavily collaborated. We worked on it for 10 days, and it is a beautiful kit. It's called Retro Sweet Treats, and I'm not going to do a full reveal of this, but here it is. It's a whopper, too. It's a pretty good-sized kit. It doesn't have tons of papers, but I wanted all the goodies because I have some fun projects for this. So it's got papers. You know, it's got the usual stuff that, you know, you want. And wonderful background pages. Really bright, sweet. Oh, aren't these yummy? Don't you just want to eat them? They're just gorgeous. Look at that. Oof. Okay, here's some more goodies. This one makes me hungry. Like, is it dinner time yet, honey? So, there's another one. I'm losing it. Ah, there they go. Dropping them all. And here's some more. Anyway, that's all I'm going to show you of that kit right now. It is coming soon. It's actually in her shop, by the way. Oh, this Retro Sweet Treats is in her shop. But as far as a project that we're going to do, that's coming right up. Also, I want to fit, this was supposed to be next, but then I saw her Botanical Garden, and I went, oh, okay, I gotta have that. So guess what? I'm doing that first. Then I'll get back to this. I promise, Jolene, I know you're watching this. I hope you're watching this. You better be watching your mama. And then we're going to work on, oh, wait, do you see the projects I have for this? Yummy, yummy, yummy. They're going to be so fun. They're so good. So now for projects, I do, as you can see, I have things getting piled on the desk here, my little work area, that I'm going to work on. As you can see, there they are. You know, I'm already getting ready. This is going to be a wonderful journal that I'm going to sell. It's going to be in my shop once it's done. But I think I'm going to show you how I'm doing some of these. I'm going to do a craft along. And then these are also featuring that same kit. Gosh, I can't find the right side up and upside down. I'm kind of turned backwards, aren't I? This is inspired by Gail Augustinelli. She just did a wonderful video on this, so if you want to know how to make these, go over and watch her video. And I watched her videos twice to figure out how to make it. She is the queen. So I have a few things I'm going to be making with this, as you could see. I will be filming it, so you can watch me do that. And this one too, I will be filming as well. In fact, I'm going to work on the base today while we're here, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. You can craft along with me if you would like. So what you're going to need are some envelopes, excuse my reach, and some baggies. And I'm not sure what else. I have to kind of see as I go, because I'm one of those fly by the seat of the pants crafters. I kind of go, oh, well, let's add this and let's add that. It's really hard for me to plan. So because I'm not doing these as tutorials, you're not going to get a step-by-step, I don't think, at least not intentionally. But I was a demonstrator, a product demonstrator for companies like Discovery Toys and Mary Kay and Beauty Control and all those kind of companies. So, you know, I always did a lot of demonstrating. So I'm not sure if I'm going to end up demonstrating, tutorial, or craft along. We kind of have to see how it goes. We'll see what you guys think. But I will tell you what I'm doing as I go along, so I guess it's sort of part tutorial, but I am crafting. So basically, I'm just going to have you come along and craft with me, and I figure we'll just start with this one. It's something easy. It's something I'm going to be making, and I needed to get some bases done, so I thought maybe we could just do some bases today. And if, whoops, I forgot to see what time I was starting. Like Gail, I got to pay attention to my time, only because it takes forever to upload if we go over the hour. As you know, it could take like all night to upload a video on YouTube. So if we keep it under the hour mark, it doesn't tie up your devices forever and your internet. So we try to, that's why Gail's always timing hers, because she doesn't want to spend 3 days uploading a video, you know, and then she can't do any more videos. So we have to really watch that. And I'm going to try to be mindful of that too. I don't want it to be so short that you're like, hey, I only had like 10 minutes. You know, but I also don't want it to be so long you're like, oh my God, I need a nap, you know. So we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a couple of these envelopes, and I don't measure. I'm like everybody, I hate to measure, but that's just because I've been a seamstress my whole life, and everything you had to measure. So I chose this because I don't want to measure. Sorry guys, the phone, can you believe it? I'm doing a video and the phone's ringing. And you know what? It's probably one of those pesky spam people. Hold on, it's spam. I got to get rid of it. So let's do that. Okay, it's gone. Sorry, I'm back. Oh, here it comes. I'm back. Okay, sorry. Gosh, I can't believe that happened. Our phone never rings. Never. And when it does, it's always spam. We've been talking about disconnecting it, and guess what? I'm going to disconnect it. All right, so I will measure this. Can you guys tell I'm nervous? Just a little. Okay, this is 4-inch wide. These are, I guess these are considered standard legal size envelopes, or this one's 9.5. So it's a little taller than a standard journal, but this is going to be a TN size journal, which means Traveler's Notebook, for those of you that are new and don't know what Traveler's Notebook is. And so I'm going to take 2 of these, and I know you've seen this a million times with everybody. And I know everybody does these. I'm going to do my version, and I'm going to see, and we're going to stick these in here. Now, inevitably, when you do this on camera, it's like everybody says, they're not kidding. You do this on camera, and it's like difficult. Boy, now I get it, you guys. I get it, Amy. I get it, Gail. I get it, ladies. This is like so hard to do on camera. Oh my goodness. What in the world? Okay, I don't know. I don't know what that whole mindset thing is. Okay, I'm also very silly, in case you didn't know that. I will laugh at myself a whole lot. All right, so we have these together. Now, I found out that when I pre-glued this and try to put it inside, of course it sticks. It will not go in. So, like this one, this is crazy. It will not stay in there to save. Come on, you guys. This is not good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, try not to say okay 100 times an ant. Gosh, I caught myself already. Okay, well, see, I did it again. We will work on it. I'm going to just take my glue, and I am going to kind of sneak it in here. Okay, that didn't work either. Usually I just sneak it in there and push it down, and it works great. Well, it's decided because I'm on camera. It's not going to do it for me. Well, heck. There we go. What in the world? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. I got it. Woohoo! We have success. Alrighty. Gosh, your friend here is nuts. All right, you already know that now. So, for those of you who are new to crafting, I like to use this art glitter glue, as so many ladies do. Excuse the bottle, but you can tell it is well loved and well used. I have bigger bottles that are nice and clean and perfect and pristine. But this is light and it's easy for me. I like this little 2-ouncer. It's easy on the hands. I have really bad arthritis, so it's the best one for me. I don't have to squeeze too hard. But I love this art glitter glue. It's the glue I use the most only because it doesn't wrinkle. The thing about glues, wet glues especially, is they wrinkle your paper. And this one causes a little bit, but really, I mean, we get a little, but it's not too bad. So, and when you cover it up, you don't see anything, and so it's fine. So, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, I'm gonna have one of those days already. Gosh, I think I should just turn off the video and start over. Alrighty, well, okay, we're covering that anyhow, so it doesn't matter. This looks so easy. I thought, that'll be fine. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to wrap an envelope over this. Now, it's going to be too long on one end, I think. Yeah. You know what? This video may never get shown. If you see it, I guess I just decided to be humble. You will see it as it is. I do not edit. I will not be editing. You won't see any fancy fast forwarding. You won't see any cutting. You won't see any stopping. If I got to stop, I got to stop. You won't see any of that because I just don't have the technical know-how. My daughter may get a hold of this and clean it up. We'll see. But she does have the technical know-how and I don't. And she just lives like 3 minutes away. So we're very close, you know, by miles. Just a couple miles away. So now what I'm going to do is, okay, this is too long, so I don't want that. And I want to open this envelope at some point. So first thing I'm going to do is glue this closed. Oh, you are not. Okay, there we go. I did not bring a pin with me, so of course, it'll stop working on me. And I'm going to try to keep the glue out of this area because I don't want to glue it shut. I won't be able to get anything in it if I do that, so we'll just do that. Got to keep the lid or pin on these. That's the one thing I dislike about this is that it clogs up so easy, but it is just the best glue for what I do, and it isn't toxic, so I can use it. All right. I do need my little bone folder. Now, I'm going to try to keep my desk clean because when I craft, I tend to get stuff all the way around me, which is what I'm known for. All right, now let's see. What do we need to do with this? I don't want to go right to the very end because I don't know what I'm going to put on this side, so I want to keep that open, and I do want to cut some of this off. See if I can do a straight line. I do have paper cutters. I have a big old guillotine, a really old school one. I mean, it'll cut anything, including my fingers. Now, I'm not going to throw this away like everyone else. I keep this because this makes a fabulous little pocket. One side of a page, on the bottom, it can go on something little. I make a lot of tiny little ephemera, and when I do that, this kind of stuff is perfect for that. So it'll go in a pile. What did I do with my garbage? I know. Ah, there it is. I have it here. Put it over here. Alrighty. Now we've got the first two pieces done. This is going to open. We are not going to glue this on yet. What I'm going to do is do all the decorating. Then I'll be adding a little bit of an eyelet here so that I can close it up with a string or twine or whatever I'm going to do. I have to decide at this point, what else do I want to add? Do I want to add another large envelope and create a try, or do I want to go this way maybe? And this way possibly. And make it a threefold, or do I want it to be just a real simple little traveler's notebook? And that's what I'm trying to decide at this point. So let me think. Thing about my videos is you'll see it as it happens, and you'll also hear and see my thought process. You may or may not want to. I do have these tiny little envelopes. These are really cool. I got them from, they're called So Light Printable and Sealable Seed Envelopes. So they are printable, and I got them from Amazon. So just look up seed packets or seed envelopes on Amazon, and they will, you know, you'll be able to find them over there. They're cool. I do a lot of projects with these. They're really adorable. So I'm going to pull that down. It does seal itself, so I have to be careful here until I cover it with paper and the works. I'm thinking that possibly I will do, you know, like a little flip down there on that page, because I will be covering this and leaving it open enough to be a pocket, and this will be a pocket. And I know I'm going to want to add some other pockets to it. I just have to decide if I want to go with this. I think I'm going to keep this one just really, really simple. Because I'm going to have this wrap around, and it's now a pocket. We've made it a pocket, and it'll get us a little thumbnail there. I'll have this in here. I may do... I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this one a little bit. I think for now I'm just going to leave it like this. I think we're just going to keep it some basics. I'll add this, and then I'm going to have to do this as I go along. But I did want to put anything that I'm going to add as a pocket. I want to get it done now, so when I cover it with paper, you will not see this. I mean, certainly I can put lace or ribbon and make it all pretty, which a lot of you who follow my work on Instagram or in some of the Facebook groups, you know, you've seen my work, or if you've been on Gail Gustinelli's channel, you know, she shows my work periodically because she buys from me, and also we're really good friends and sisters at heart. And she's shown my work, so you guys kind of know what I do. But I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I know what that's gonna get covered. I'm just gonna go ahead and cover this. Sorry, I'm indecisive today, only because I'm figuring this out as I go. And so this is how I craft. I sit in my little room, and I'm gonna try to film myself doing this, which means you get to see my crazy thought process. You'll be like, get on with it, lady. I'll try. Alright, so that one's gonna go there. This one's gonna go up here. I use paper clips a lot just to kind of, and of course I didn't bring them in with me, but to keep things together, I will grab a paper clip and clip it all there so that I know I can remember when I'm, you know, later in the day or tomorrow what I was gonna do. So that one's gonna go like that. I have another one I started. This one's a little bit further as far as it's going to have the same wraparound, but this one has 3. I did decide to do on this one a trifold. So this will be a trifold journal, tan journal with a wraparound. And it will have other pockets and other flips as well. But that much I already have done. Isn't that the prettiest color envelope? I think it will go really well with this, especially for covering it up, which I might try to play with now. I've already got the pages trimmed. I did do that in advance because you don't want to sit here watching me trim pages. But I would love to start getting ready to cover this. And again, this is something I kind of do by the seat of my pants. I just kind of go as I go. Okay, where did my pencil go? I know I have one here somewhere. There it is. I know it was here. I forgot to bring along a ruler. Okay, I'm going to figure this out because this is a temporary setup in my sewing studio, but I will be doing it in my crafting studio where I have everything you could think of. And I don't have it here, so... If I forget something, I'm flat out of luck, and I guess that's the way you learn, right? I swear I just made it. Oh, there it is. Let's just give it a little fold here. I do have my Tim Holtz trimmer, but unfortunately, the Tim Holtz will not cut this long way. It's great going this way, but it just doesn't do. It's not long enough to do an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. I think what I'll do is I'll give it a little rip. Let's see how that goes on camera. I did make a bunch of these, so copies, because there are times I mess up. All right, that I don't need right now, but I know it's going to probably get used on one of these sides. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so, oh man, I hate to cut that off, but it's kind of like what I'm going to have to do. Guess we'll do the same thing again. Okay, here, because I want a little bit of the edge to show. It's a really pretty envelope, and I am going to be inking it, and I just realized I bought a brand new really pretty green Tim Holtz Distress ink. This isn't it. This is my vintage photo. And I was thinking about going around the edges with it. Now, the one thing I do in all my videos or in my daily crafting is I do cut, I tear, I sew, and I distress. And I'm going to be distressing. So ladies, if you don't like distressing, please fast forward, because I use it in all of my work. And I do it all the time. I don't just do it to age. Sometimes I do it to highlight or give dimension. Distressing is very important to most of us artists. We feel that, you know, we need some dimension. Otherwise, you're just looking at flat paper on flat paper, and there's nothing to differentiate between this edge and that edge, or to give it any kind of a lift or dimension. So it's very important we do something on the edges, or whether we use a decal edge cutter or we rip. Anything to bring dimension and creativity to the piece. Otherwise, you're just looking at flat paper on flat paper. Big deal. You know, you want to... Now, that is not to say that the ladies who don't have that in their work. They know how to do that without the distressing. I don't know how to do that yet. So I'm still, you know, there are so many artists out there who don't distress, and they do the most stunning work. Rachel at Roxy Creations is one of them. I don't know how she does it. She gets dimension in every time. But I can't do that. I have to ink or my work just looks flat. So I don't want to do that. She's the queen of that, and I wish I could do what she does. So I'm going to have to do it this way. Alrighty, so I did make a mark, and you will see me do that in my videos. I'm not going to apologize, and I'm not going to not do it, because it's my process. It's what I do. There's my, lost my pencil mark. You may see my head periodically because I need to see what I'm doing, and I'm not used to being on camera, so let's see how I do with that. Hopefully you don't see it a lot. Eek. It would not be great. There we go. Let's see. I try to do my hair every day, but, you know, we have those days. There we go. All right, we got that. Oh, that's pretty. Well, we know that's not going in the trash. I don't throw anything away. I have very few scraps, honestly. I use them up right away. I tend to cut circles out of them, or butterflies. If I have something really pretty, I always have my butterfly punch, and I say, oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. I have to have a butterfly out of that. That's the first thing you're going to see me do. I may stop in the middle of what I'm doing and create a pretty little butterfly that I can later use, you know, in one of my pieces. So you're going to see me do that periodically. I'm just going to cut out a couple butterflies while I'm in the middle of this, because I know I'm going to use them on this piece. I know for sure I am. Sorry about the sniffles. It is allergy season. Yikes. I mean, we've had more spring than we've had winter. We had no winter. I'm in California, and we have had 0 winter this year. It's been really bad, which means we're going to have a very hot, dry summer, and more than likely we're going to be in drought. So we are getting an early spring. We've had spring since the beginning of January, I swear. We've had 80-degree weather, which is lovely, but we have no rain. So allergy season's horrible. The cars are covered in so much pollen. It's ridiculous. If I leave my windows open, I can come along an hour later and go, oh my gosh, I have, you know, 2 inches of pollen on everything. So, all right, we're going to move those butterflies out of the way. Move my ink out of the way for the moment. I'm going to take a look to see if I've got what I want. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh my gosh. All right, so for right now, I think I'll go ahead and use my, now I have, these are handmade by Shell and Clint, and they are fabulous. I have arthritis really bad, so these have been great for my hands. Clint hand makes these. He recently had an accident with a saw, so he hasn't been able to make any, but you can always check with them and see if they're making them. This is a custom one that was made. This one's made out of cedar, and it is gorgeous. It's so soft and so yummy. He hand whittles these and then sands them, and oh, the work he does on these is just amazing. They are worth every nickel, dime, and quarter. In fact, I don't think they're expensive enough. Honestly, they should be more. So I have them. I use the colors that I use all the time. I have one that, when I grab this cedar one, I know that this is my vintage photo distressing. This one is my pink one because it's lighter, so I know that this is going to be one of my spun sugar. I use this all the time because I am a shabby designer. I love to work on shabby pieces, so when I see this, I can just grab it and know that it's going to go to that one. I do use the Tim Holtz daubers, and there's a color for each of the, there's a dauber for each of the colors that I use on a regular basis. And I have a lot of them, so I don't have to change the ends. There are some I have to if I'm going to do a color I don't use all the time. But on this one, I'm not going to use pink. They sit in a little bowl on my desk, and they're with me all the time. All right, so I keep my Distress ink upside down when I'm not using it. It'll probably irritate you because you'll see me 100 times a day flip this over. But I have to tell you, this ink pad is over 10 years old. It is still in perfect condition. Well, it stayed in perfect condition until I started using it every day, of course. But it was 10 years old, hadn't been used, was open, was upside down in a box, and it was still completely wet. I was so shocked how moist it was. And I had learned that long ago in Stampin' Up! That she said, always turn your ink pads upside down. Now, Tim says you don't have to. I saw a number of Tim Holtz, I saw a number of his videos. But I swear by it, so you will always see my ink pads upside down, and you'll see my dauber sitting in it like that because it's my habit, because I want to keep it. I am a very good ink mom. I'm a very good dauber mom. I take good care of all my tools, and you know why. If you saw my first video, I was taught to take care of everything I have, so I give it the best shot I can. And I forget, like everybody else, but, you know, whatever. So, and I do exactly what Tim says not to do. So, you know, all right. I don't like the circle look on my work. Occasionally, I'm trying to do it more, but it just doesn't feel right, and it kills my wrist, so not going to happen. I have a lot of swelling in my wrist, so we aren't going to do that. I'm pretty quick at it. I don't spend all day. I try to go as fast as I can. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, gosh, I really don't want this dark, but so I'll wait a minute. Maybe what we'll do is prep a few pieces of paper, and then we'll go back. I'm going to leave that there. We'll go back. So I have a few other pieces here to decide. So this one's going to go on this page. We're going to open up. So what do I want on this page? Let's pick a paper. Oh, that purple's gorgeous. Oh, that one's pretty too. Oh, that's purple and green. This is a purple page. There's my snail. Got to figure out how to get him in there. Although I'll have to move him down on the page if I don't want to cut him off. So I assume it's a him. I don't know. Maybe it's a girl. And there's blue. I'm going to go with this one for this page right here. I'm going to do the same thing that we did last time. Just do a little mark. I want to give myself a little space again. And I'll give myself a little mark over here. I forgot I got to do this side, so I'll do this. Ooh, that might be too far out. Now we'll see. We'll see how it cuts or folds. Because I don't want to go to my paper cutter. Normally what I would do is take this to my guillotine cutter and give it a good old hard chop. But I'm being good today and not doing that. We'll just do it old school. Old school is rip it. And I do like the edge ripped. I may go back with my Tim Holtz and cut these edges, and then I can just re-ink them, but I don't know. Now, you see this on my board? This is so I know I need to kind of be closer to it because I'm filming from the side here. I don't have my overhead yet. When I get it, then I'll be able to film, you know, so you can see as if you're sitting, you know, in front of me looking at my work. But for right now, we're going to do that. Isn't she adorable? Very retro. So me. I love retro anything. Retro and vintage. Ooh, gosh, these are both pretty. So which end do I want to use? Uh-oh. It's a tie, folks. Let's see. Could go this way. I promise not to procrastinate too much. I think I'll go with this one. Okay. We'll do that. Give it a little ink. And ink is really necessary here because, see, look at this white edge. I don't want that showing. You know, I should have ripped it away from the paper. That way I wouldn't have the white edge. And it does make a difference which way you rip or tear. So there we go. Paper number 2 has been chosen. So that one's going to go there. Because you're going to see that when it's closed. So I think that's important. Now when you get into here, no one's going to see this as much. This may be where I put some plain papers. And when you go like this, this is technically the back. So that doesn't have to be as fancy, right? Maybe it does. We'll see. Uh-oh, I'm going to cut off all that prettiness up there. I guess that's what we're going to do. All right. It may be getting time, ladies. I'm not really sure. I'm going to stand up and take a quick look. Well, I'm only at 39 minutes. That's not too bad. Don't know how long I want to go. Cut a few more papers. And then what I'll do is I'll work a little bit on this in another video. If you want to see it, I will work on it in another video. What I'll try to do is maybe get it kind of cut, finish prepping all the pieces and glue them in, and then we can go from there. I think this is going to be a really, really pretty little TN journal. Uh-oh, gosh darn. Look at that. Oh, don't you hate that? I see everybody do this, so I know it's not just me. And I didn't want to make it look neat when I got it. Shoot. Okay, there we go. As I would say in front of my grandchildren, sugar. Well, I should say in front of my grandchildren, and I do. Especially the little ones, but I don't see them very often. My oldest granddaughter is 14. Her sister is 9, so I see them off. They're my Jolene's children, and they are my loves. I see them a lot, which is great. Thanks to the pandemic, I don't get to see my other 3 grandchildren. I do have 5. Oof, I don't like that edge. I wonder if I can get it in my Tim Holtz cutter. Anybody guess if I can? I love this decal edge cutter. Love, love, love it. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. Ooh, I don't know. What do we think? Oh, man. That is going to be close. You know what? I know how to do that. I'll just... There we go. Look at that edge. Isn't it so pretty? Love it. I use it all the time. You're going to see it anytime I'm working on a project. And now I can do the edge. Yay. Might as well, right? And thanks to Gail Gustinelli. Thank you, Gail. I call him Timmy instead of Tim, so hopefully I don't slip on camera and do that. I love that name. She can get away with it. I probably can't. I don't know him. I haven't met him. I know she has met him a number of times. She was at Creativation with him. And thanks to her, I own a whole lot of Tim Holtz. Sorry, Gail, I'm name dropping. But you've had a huge impact on me and my career. She has encouraged me to sell my work and to do videos. And she is just fabulous, not just to me, but so many of us. I don't know what we'd do without you, Gail. We all love you so much. But she isn't the only one who has influenced my work. I have to say that when I first started out, I think I found everything through Reset Girl, and I found Amity Bloom. And one day I was watching Amity, and she started talking about Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. So I went over and looked at Tina, and oh man, I was hooked. And thanks to Tina, I found Gail, because she was talking about this Gail Gustinelli, and Rachel, Roxy Creations. And so I had to go check them out. And oh my gosh, I was just done. Those gals, I watch their videos every day. I try to comment because I adore them. And I've learned so much from each and every one of them. So let's see if that's going to fit. Oh, shoot. It's still too long. Okay, well, let's see if we can cut that a little bit. You just never know. That is the thing. When you're crafting, sometimes it's try again. Try again, do it again, but it's just paper, so you really can't make any mistakes with paper, because if you do make a boo-boo, which I do all the time, no, not all the time, but I do, then you just cover it up, glue something over it, start over, recut it, change the shape, put it new, or pull it aside and use it again later in something. That works too. So, shoot, I gotta do the edge again. Not too bad. Okay. There we go. Okay, that one's done. I think it's had enough time, enough airtime, which means now, guess what, ladies? I'm going to have to, I should say ladies and gentlemen. I don't have any gentlemen yet, but you never know. I may get some. Now I'm going to want everything to look the same, so that means I'm going to have to put everything in the Tim Holtz cutter here. I hope that doesn't bother your ears, ladies. I'm sorry. I know some of you are sound sensitive, so if it bothers you, fast forward through this part or turn the sound down for a second. It's not as bad as some of those paper cutters out there. I've heard a few that are just like loud and crazy. Tim's isn't too bad. I actually like the sound, but then I love the sound of a sewing machine. I used to lay in bed at night and listen to my mom sew. She was a master seamstress who made all of our clothes when I was young. So I would lay in bed at night and listen to her, and when I couldn't sleep, I would go sit out and watch her, sit next to her and watch her sew. Let's see. That's going to make this one shorter, but that's okay. It's on the cover. I'll just show a little more envelope, and I'm probably going to end up putting lace or something there, knowing me, so I'm not too worried about it. But a lot of what I learned about my sewing was sitting next to my mom watching her sew till I got old enough to, you know, have a sewing machine of my own, which she gave me my Grandma Horn's sewing machine that actually went through the 1906 earthquake. There is actually a video clip of my grandma pushing her sewing machine up and down the hills in the 1906 earthquake. So she saved that thing, and then my mom had it turned into, from a trundle into electrified for my, I think it was my 13th birthday. So my mom taught me to sew. Of course, I took home ec and all that fun stuff, but really she was my main teacher. And very strict about perfection. So that's what I love about this. I don't have to be perfect. I can just do what I want to do. Alrighty. There we go. Now, got the first two done. So, what else do we want? This is pretty right here. Oh, wait, that's the same as that. No, I don't want that. But if I went that way, or maybe, see, now there's a butterfly. If that goes in there, you're not going to see that butterfly on the back. Well, yeah, you would, huh? Did you see it there? I don't want it too matchy-matchy. Maybe in the middle, huh? I think there's going to be, well, there's going to be a signature sewn in right here. This is going to get a signature. These are going to be probably, that's a pocket there. So here, you might see it. I might put a paper pad there or another pocket. Not sure that's what I want to see. Oh, I have this other piece. This is so pretty. I love this end. Is gorgeous. Yeah, I think this is going to go over here. It's almost the right size. If I cut it down, then I'll be able to get it into the paper cutter. And because now that I've done the decollage, it's going to have to be decollage on everything. I love this paper trimmer because it is lightweight. It's not heavy. My big, which I don't know that if you'll ever see it on camera, but my big cutter, a guillotine cutter, is really heavy. I mean, it's very old school. I've had it as long as I can remember. Gosh, I think probably got it in the 70s or the 80s. I don't know. Whoops, I keep telling you how old I am that way, don't I? Is this too... Oh, this is too tall. Shoot, I gotta cut way more than that off. Okay, so we need to... right here. Let's cut that off. Now it'll fit once I cut this off, that's for sure. I swear half my time is spent trying to figure out how to do things. You know, what will fit, what will not fit. Let's cut it down a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Now we can do the sides. And yes, you will be hearing a paper cutter on a regular basis, so just be prepared for that. I do use one quite often, especially when I'm prepping a project. And since you're just crafting along with me, it's kind of necessary. Let's go over here. Trying to get it under this little thing. That's the only tricky part I find. But, I mean, it's not any fault of the paper cutter. It's just me trying to figure out how to get it in there and not cut off a finger. Which is no funny thing. I have sewn through my fingers, so I really don't want to cut one off. That would not be fun. Yeah, I did a bad job on that one. Ooh, that's crooked. I must have moved that when it was coming down. There we are. Okay. I think I'm done with that for now. Hopefully. I probably won't go too much further with this. I just thought I would start it. This is just my test run, as you know. So, you know, kind of get a feel for this. Okay, that's still too wide for that. Gosh. Yeah, I think well, I don't see any. No, I do see the edge. That won't work. Okay, so we're going to have to take a little more off. I lied. Not done with the paper cutter. Oh, I am very quirky. So hopefully that's okay with you ladies, that I'm a quirky person. You wouldn't know it by my daily life, but I really am. I mean, I'm alone all day, every day. I mean, my husband's here, but my daughter has her life, and we do get together quite often, but most of the time, 99% of the time, I'm in my crafting room like everyone else, doing their thing, especially with this COVID thing. I have some health issues that don't allow me to be out, so this is my world. Now, when I do glue this, I'm going to have to be very careful not to glue this over this so that it's closed, because I don't want to cut this open. I really would rather be able to load from here, so I'm going to have to be very careful to not glue this shut. And I have done that every time. Well, not every time, but I do it more often than I would like. I know Amy over at Crafty Cat does it too, so I never feel so bad. When I see her do it, I think, been there, done that. I feel you, girl. Alrighty. Don't need a lot of ink. And don't be surprised if you see this all covered up next time with something green, because I want to try the green. And the one thing I did notice with these distressings, and even with the oxides, is that you can put one color over another, and you get such beautiful combinations, because you'll see a little bit of, let's say, in this case, pink or green underneath, with this underneath it, and it's stunning. It just really adds a good dimension to your piece. Keeps it from being so flat. Okay. For those of us that can't do it any other way. So, alrighty, we're getting there. I think this is going to be such a pretty piece. I'm so excited. So. Nope, that's not it. There it is. What? No, yeah, that is it. Yeah, this one may be over here instead of out here. I won't decide. What I'll do is I'm just going to cut a bunch of pieces, get them ready to go, and then I'll figure the order and glue them in so I can show you next time what I did with it. And then maybe we'll do a few other things with it. So hopefully you're excited about this and you can't wait to see what I do with it. I will be covering this little piece because it's a wraparound piece. It's going to wrap around this front. So I have to figure out what's going to go in here. I'll be closing it up. I'm more than likely going to be using some of those beautiful cards that are in the kit. They're those really pretty. I didn't leave the camera. I'm still here. I'll talk to you while I'm looking. I am thinking those pretty botanical cards might be pretty on there. I am thinking, ooh, these smaller ones. Ooh, perfect. Yeah. I think this one might be too big. Let me see. Ooh, I could if I cut it down. And I cut everything, by the way. I never leave anything in its original form. I always, you know, I'm always augmenting something. I believe in doing that. I mean, okay, so now, in case you don't know this about me, I can't wait. I'm very impatient. Sorry, I have to lift it up a little bit to see what I'm doing, because these lines, I have glasses, but as you get older, the vision's not what it used to be. All right. Well, that wasn't a very good job. Let me see. Okay, so it's close. But I think if I take the cutter and I cut it down all the way around, I could use that. Or do we? Here's the same one here. Looking to see if I glue on my scissors, which I probably do. I try not to do that. I try to keep them clean. I do wipe them off using wet ones or alcohol on a regular basis because I cut through a lot of sticky stuff. Especially when I have stickers and stuff, you know, you're always doing that. All right, let's see if this is better. Yeah, that's too much. And that gray really isn't part of, I really don't want that gray to show. This was the right size envelope, although I do like it. It does add a dimension to it. Adds a little something, something there. Where did that other one go I just had? Sorry, I gotta clean off my desk here. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. Well, if I want to cover it up completely, I think I'm going to have to cut it to fit, or I do this. And you know what? I could put book page and some pretty doilies around it or something like that. Depends whether I want to do a collage here or whether I just want to cover it up because I'm going to do other things with this piece. Both sides will be decorated and the inside as well. This has to be sealed up as well because I think I'm going to open an end to make a pocket. This is the prettiest envelope. I don't know where I got it. I think I picked it up at one of the thrift stores prior to COVID. In fact, just before COVID, my daughter and I went thrift store shopping, and we had a cute little shop in town we'd never been into, and we went in. They had just tons of envelopes, and so I bought just like envelopes, like lots of envelopes. They don't have anything they go with. So they sit out where I can see them so I can grab sizes. And those were all just mismatched little envelopes. And I have another big box of them that were my dad's, that he kept envelopes like crazy. The man loved his paper, office supplies. That's where I got it from. I always wondered where my love for paper and office supplies from. It came from him. The creativity came from my mom, but my dad, oh my goodness, he used to give me all his old office supplies when I was a little girl. And told me, you know, I'd be playing in the garage with all the boxes, and he had all kinds of stuff in there, and I would play office and secretary and the whole bit, and he would take me to the office with him, and that was always so fun. So this hoard, I told my husband, it's his fault because I just love paper and envelopes and office supplies and forms and old typewriter. Oh gosh, just love it all. So I have a lot of it. He just recently passed away. Miss him like crazy. And so when I was cleaning out his stuff, things that other people would have threw away, I kept it all. So I'm thrilled because I have some really cool retro vintage pieces that were his that would have been in the trash. Everybody else would have thrown it away, but I didn't. All right, so you kind of have an idea where I'm going with this. And so when I film this, the second part of this, I'll try to have more of it done and put together so you don't have to watch me do the tedious part of it. And then we'll see where we go from there. I'm not a pro at this, the TNs. I generally do altered books into journals. That's my favorite thing to make. I'm a big fan of making ephemera. I make a lot of ephemera, and I make and sell ephemera because journals generally overwhelm me. I just don't have the patience for a full journal. Gosh. So I'm going to try these TN journals and see if I like these any better. And then these, of course, will be up for sale in my shop if and when I get them done. For those of you who've been to the shop and you said, you don't have anything in your shop, you're right, I don't. I generally, my work's in pretty good demand, which I just am so blessed that people like my work. It sells out really quick. And so there's not a lot in there. It's hard to, you can't really mass produce ephemera. Each piece I do is individual. I don't do custom orders. I don't make things for other people because, as I said earlier, I kind of have some health issues that keep me from, you know, crafting every day like I'd like to do. So I just craft when I can, and I make things when I can. I'll make videos when I can. And then when I get kind of a lot of stuff around me, I think, okay, it's time to sell, and we'll put them up in the shop. That's why my daughter hosts me in her shop. She handles that part of the business for me and allows me to show my work in hers under Vintage Paper Girl. So, well, thank you, everyone. This is a crazy video. I got to look at it and see if it's going to, if I'm going to post it or not. But I had a good time. I can see I need to do a lot of work as far as verbiage, what to say, what not to say. I had to figure how not to use and and so much, but I think that's pretty common with anything. As you get used to it and you start working more, it gets easier. At least so I've been told by my friends in the YouTube world. But I hope you all have a fabulous day or evening, depending upon what time you see this. And you'll come back and visit me again in my studio. And if you like this video and you think I'm crazy and fun and you want